he was going to have me killed. Coming for you, Wilson Fisk.
And so do you have the new consoles?
So I have PS3.
Okay.
And that was what I played most of throughout the writing of the book. And then I got a Wii U the day I turned in my first draft of the manuscript as my little gift to myself. And so I got Mario Kart 8 last Friday or whenever, right before I left for LA.
So do you like the Wii U? Do you think it can survive?
I mean, the question I'm asked most during interviews is about the current state. Like, what's going to happen to Nintendo?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to go the way of Sega? Get into the software business? Are they going to fall? Or they say, are they going to fall apart and go the way of Sega? And I always think that's kind of a strange question because one, Sega is profitable.
Yeah.
They're not where they want to be for sure, or where they wanted to be. But like Nintendo, every game for the Wii U that I've played is fantastic. So as long as they're making great games, it's beautiful. Like this Year of the Luigi, I played the Luigi version of the game.
Okay.
And I was playing it like, this is great. And then I sat down in bed and I brought my tablet, and then I noticed, okay, the same thing's going on over here. Okay, then I'm just gonna end up watching this. And I already have a 3DS, but now it was like I just had a 3DS with a 1.5 the size times screen.
Yeah, Wind Waker is so much better.
And the other
when
thing
you can just have the map
that
on your lap. And
maybe you guys know better about it. So all my stories about back in the day playing these games is a Wii. It's me and my brother. I'm the guy who's throwing controllers. It would not have been very successful for us to have one tablet between us. How is that working with kids?
I don't know. We haven't really heard.
Families being fractured?
I think so. I think it's destroying the fabric of our families. I've been wanting to.
So do you have a
Wii? I have a Wii, but I do not have the Wii U.
The Wii U.
I'm very much thinking about it, and it was very attractive. The Wii U Mario Kart 8
I'm getting that
bundle, but it is sold out everywhere.
Well, that's great.
And I was trying to get it for this Saturday because we're going to have a Mario Kart 8 tournament. And so I was going to just put it on a credit card and play it until Saturday. And then
it's awesome.
It
really is.
Yeah.
It did come with high expectations.
Well, when do you go back to New York?
I'm already scheming, but I go back Saturday morning.
Oh, he can't be in our
I got to get in, play a Shy Guy.
What? Yeah.
I play a Shy Guy.
You play a Shy Guy? See?
Shy Guy especially, I think,
could
deserves
use
like
you.
a graphic novel series of his own.
Yes, yes. Well, I've watched people stream it, and it looks
so cool,
amazing.
And even like the new weapons or the question mark, the gifts, like they're awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of worry that they wouldn't fit in seamlessly, or that the Piranha Plant is so cool.
Well, I remember we had it here for a day. Somebody brought theirs in, and I just played a couple of the mini games on Nintendo Land.
Really, with the pipe?
And I loved it. I mean, the Donkey Kong one was
awesome.
So good. See, DMC Shy Guy rules.
And wouldn't you read a graphic novel series starring Shy Guy?
I think so. I think that needs to happen.
One of the more disturbing things in life, though, I saw was like, I guess Shy Guy in some iterations, or originally was like a human but with like a mask walking around. So to see like that he wasn't this cute, cuddly, kind of aggressive badass, I was like, oh my god. It's like when you're at Disney World and you see Mickey Mouse take off his head and you're like, no.
Is that a mouse?
Yeah. We should get that written.
Yes, that would be good.
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Moonwalker.
I was walking around E3 today with Al Nilsson, who was sort of the Michael Jackson whisperer. He was, Michael, interesting guy, to say the least.
Did you ever get into Atlantis in that game?
No.
Because like the game goes to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever go to Atlantis?
No, I never.
I just threw that knife at that dude's head.
It was
did
not.
You see that?
I seem to recall it wasn't an easy game.
It was so hard.
It was a very hard game.
Well, it just wasn't intuitive. The storyline wasn't intuitive, so it was a lot about exploration.
Yeah.
You're just trying to figure out where the heck you should go, and then getting a password so you can continue. I just hate barrels.
So there it is. Mystic Defender is a two-dimensional action video game released for Sega Genesis, originally titled Kujakuo.
This is pretty awesome. Bonebreaker. He's one of the...
Oh,
that's awesome.
In Japan, and based on the anime manga.
Dude,
Kujaku.
they're fighting mutants and everything. They're getting.
Is it good, Mystic Defender? Did you say you didn't have the courage to beat it?
Yeah, he said he didn't have the courage to beat it. Does that mean the intestinal fortitude?
How do I continue?
Time.
Are there graphic images that?
I would imagine it's probably probably that.
There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
now I'm Frank Castle.
Oh, now you have to go back. There you go. Now you're.
Dude, Bonebreaker was like, if you guys watched, Bonebreaker is like a marauder. They're rolling
So what did
deep.
you get after the after the Genesis?
My next console wasn't until the Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you stop playing video games, or you were just leeching off?
I kind of
others?
did. I was a competitive swimmer, and that literally took up
Oh.
all of my
Could've
time.
been a
But
competitive gamer.
I know it. What should have happened is I should have had a system that I took with me on swim meets and just plugged it in instead of watching TV.
Or girls.
Or girl. Well, there was that too. But yeah, it wasn't until college actually, and people were playing Xbox. I was like, this is.
Well, they play Halo a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. It became the social side of it.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, it was more about playing with friends.
Yeah.
But I'm 8 years
that.
older than my sister. She didn't play video games, and so it was just kind of a solo thing.
No, stop doing that.
Yes, if you are just joining us, please, we've got Blake Harris here. He's amazing, very
Thank
knowledgeable. I am 45 minutes into the audiobook. I should also just read it too. Use my brain.
Dude, I
No,
ripped
no.
this torch off.
But it's fantastic. Please go there. Is that the best place to buy at Amazon? Or would
any
you
place is
prefer
fine.
some?
No,
anywhere
Amazon's
else?
great.
What will get you the most money?
Yeah. What will put the most money into your pocket?
Bonus
I
stage.
honestly don't know. I don't want to know. I want wherever's easiest for you to buy is
Yeah.
where I want you to buy it.
Go get
Whether
it.
it's Kindle, print book, stealing it from the library. I just want people to read the story.
Yeah.
I think the book is the best book ever, and I think that I have such a small part to do with that. Like, I think the writing is cool, but like, the story is
But
so
you got
good.
all the stories from.
Yeah,
They were told
the
to
research
you.
was really
Yeah.
connecting the dots was the hardest part and the most rewarding part, and the part that still shocks me that nobody has written this book. This should have been like the 8th book on Sega Nintendo.
I'm actually really surprised.
Yeah.
Frankly, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, has this been done before?" No, it hasn't.
That was my reaction a
Yeah.
lot of steps of the way, and that was kind of how we sold it to Scott Rudin because he's like, "Great idea. Wait, that hasn't been done before. What? Why?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely see it as.
On the big screen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So who did you imagine when you were listening to it as Tom Kalinske?
That's tough. As
You know they're gonna
Kalinske,
put their boy Franco in there.
He's too young, right?
What?
he is too young.
He's too young, isn't he?
It's
Yeah,
gotta-
but
it's
the
gotta
whole
be
problem is
somebody-
Jonah Hill is playing like with all his makeup on. You know that they want
See-
a piece of that.
See, somebody like I just saw Edge of Tomorrow, right?
Okay.
And
was cool, right?
Bill Paxton's. It was super cool. I really liked it. When Bill Paxton comes on screen, he's amazing. I wish he was just a little bit younger,
Yeah.
and then he'd be a solid
Yeah.
Kalinske. But I don't know. If you could have the perfect cast right now, who would it be?
I mean, the first half of writing it, I probably imagined Aaron Eckhart. Just because I think that he looks like
Yes.
him and he has that
Yeah.
demeanor and
Yeah, Aaron
has that
Eckhart's
little bit of that
awesome.
wild spirit, but
Yeah.
like he could rein it in.
That's good. That's a good call.
Good.
So that was probably. I know Tom would love to have Brad Pitt play him, and I
Obviously.
think also probably for the second half more after seeing Moneyball, I imagined a little bit.
Absolutely.
Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
yeah.
I
of
also imagine a
course.
lot of my father, but he's not an actor. But
Well,
Put him in there.
he had a
put him
lot.
in there. Cameo.
He was in my Rock Paper Scissors movie.
He was.
He played Bruce Wong's girlfriend's father. I had to break the hard news that he's
Well,
been
while
done.
you think about the rest of the cast, good question from SD Zero. Have you ever wondered why almost every video game has barrels and/or crates?
No, but now I know I'm going to spend the rest of the night thinking about it.
How do you
know-
think they got all these bad guys in there?
Yeah, why is that?
Because they do a lot of business.
Well,
I guess like
they just need things to throw.
I love how they're
they
bringing
need things that are
weapons
throwable.
to
They
the
need
Punisher.
an obstacle where jumping
They're bringing weapons.
helps
to the
you
Punisher.
avoid damage.
That's true.
And I guess there's not that much that's big enough that you would need to escape it by
Yeah.
Come here,
hurdling,
fool.
right? But that's good, really good point.
I really think Brad Pitt or Aaron Eckhart are two really good choices.
I really felt very good about Aaron Eckhart until
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for I, Frankenstein, and then I heard him talking about what a great role this was, and I was like,
He's got to sell his movie. Come on.
Well,
no, I
come
know he does,
You
but
have
like when
to.
he was like,
He can't
this is like
say-
the
You
ultimate
pay his
like
mortgage,
duality
man.
of character, and I was like, come on, man, Tom Kalinske would never say that. He'd be like, it's a cool movie. Drew Carey.
Wait,
could,
you could have just gone in there the entire time.
You missed the spot.
Punisher, you're a fool. What now? What are we?
And then I totally imagine Jeffrey Tambor as Peter Main. I think that he looks like him. He talks like him. He has that like slurish southerny accent that's not really an accent or not really a slur.
Jeffrey Tambor is
But
such
he's a little
good,
too old,
he's
but-
such a good actor, and he can play serious, but you just don't think of him all the time that way. Because,
No, I know.
Just because Arrested Development has
Yeah.
definitely solidified him in a very
I
specific...
and I can't believe he was that part of Arrested Development. He was so good because I always thought of him as Hank Kingsley. And he
Right.
was just like this huge dope
Yeah.
that never got the joke.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
to
Yeah.
be like the snarky,
Yeah.
dickish one on Arrested
Which is now
Development.
what he's transitioned into.
Yeah.
He's like always...
in
this-
Hangover, that's what
Yeah.
he played. And
Yeah. Sam Rockwell, what do you think about that?
I think it's a great choice.
I like Sam Rockwell.
It's pretty solid.
I think really
Where
good
they gonna
call.
put their boy Franco?
Tambor's pretty old now. He's
Yeah, I
getting
don't think
old.
he could at this point.
Oh, what's on this train? Are people doing their laundry and cooking like heroin? Like, but they're doing their laundry. Like, there's these heroin vats, and there was a bunch of crap about like.
So one of the other things that
What is going
people
on?
have asked me about a lot, that's like unrelated to the actual book, but and because it is being made into movies, how come so many of the video game movies have failed?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Why do you guys think that is? That video game movies, at least up to this
I
point,
was,
I think it's
I was
gonna
hoping
stop.
you would answer the question.
No, I was gonna pass it off to you
I
guys.
honestly think because they're not good.
not
they're
the-
not that the
Yeah,
story.
like superhero movies weren't
s-
always good.
The
and then
story
they
is
hit their heyday.
yeah. It's
yeah, no,
not
I think
that
it is
great.
too. Like
Uh,
people
it-
think about superhero movies nowadays as like, of course they would be amazing,
Right.
but like I feel like that it was really just
Well-
Iron Man kind of changed the game a ton,
no,
as well as the
Blade.
Batman movies.
Blade started
Blade.
that fool. Blade started.
Well,
You don't
I
get
think it's
you
kind
don't
of
get
like
Spider-Man
what
without
we're talking
Blade.
about with Peter Jackson taking his Zelda movie. Like you need a very strong.
Shit.
Yeah, but the Killing Joke is not good because it's dark.
one. Kurigari says video game movies fail because the directors don't know jack about the game.
That's probably true to
I
some
think
extent.
that's-
I think that's
yeah.
gotta you have to care about the story. Well, I mean, we'll see how the Assassin's Creed movie does
Yeah, I
with
think
Fassbender.
Yeah.
I think now
Zelda
you also could think about the latest Street Fighter Assassin's.
Watch, you're gonna
Fist.
try to almost win this
That
game.
that,
Oh, the-
that
yeah.
Street Fighter fans really like it because the story is
I thought those were great.
solid. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna almost beat this game, and then.
Hello there.
Hold on.
She had to go enter a singing contest that her mom just called her up about, and that's why she's
no,
been
I was
gone.
listening. I heard that, and that was amazing.
I'm almost gonna beat this game, and then Xander's gonna turn it off. Watch.
Yeah, it has to be made with the fan sensibility,
Yeah.
but with somebody who can get a blockbuster made and be able to get the leash to do some things their way.
Jennifer, he asked the question: Why do video game movies? Why do they fail? Why are they?
Every filmmaker wants to make their version of the video game story when the story that the video game players fell in love with and immersed themselves in is the story of the video game.
Right.
So I mean, it's so easy.
But I don't feel like the Tomb Raider movie or Hitman or any of the others were like, oh, this was the director really showing the story in his way, and this is not jiving with my memory of these games. Like, I didn't feel like that was the reason that they didn't work.
Well, you know what? It is an interesting conundrum. Like
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat, I will argue, but the Mortal Kombat movie, the original one, is probably the best video
I
game
mean, it's
movie
really
ever
true
made.
to the tone of the
That's exactly
of the
it.
game.
It's exactly the movie. I mean, exactly the game, and it's just matchup after matchup. You're giving people exactly what they want. Versus, like, people hate the Resident Evil movies. People hate Silent Hill or the new Silent Hills because they deviate so much. When it's like, why mess with a story that was?
Well, I think part of the problem too is
Oh, enough with these fools.
because you said that they don't really stick with the story, which is kind of true, but different iterations change it. The ones that are the most like fable-like and follow that hero's arc and like have that in their DNA are a lot of the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Like, and because Nintendo doesn't allow that licensing to happen,
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be a greater chance of success with the Donkey Kong movie or a Mario movie or a Kirby movie or a Zelda movie than there would be with Resident Evil and a lot of those ones we
That's
discussed,
true.
because those are less fairy tale like, and it's
Yeah, and they're less. I mean, generally less story based. They're more gimmick based, right? Like the
Yeah.
gimmick of Resident Evil is the zombie, or not the zombie, but
Right.
the contagion thing.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's really going to change in the
yeah.
next few years. I think I think the superhero movies have paved the way for that in a lot of ways. Whenever people are ready to take the mantle, and there's a lot of properties that have been recently gone into development, and I just got to think that it's such a great untapped or not properly tapped area.
Right.
Yeah. Now I don't know.
There was a Mario movie.
Yes, there
Nintendo
was.
would like you to forget that, but there was.
Did you ever play Heavy Rain?
I watched
You
the
watched
story.
it.
Yeah.
I do that with all the Silent Hill movies. I mean,
Okay.
sorry, games, because
Yeah.
they're too scary for me to play.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
really scared.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But,
So you mentioned Blade, and I was like, I kind of saw part of that, but I was hiding my head. I don't like I hate scary movies.
weapons. I use them.
Heavy Rain was great. One of the best trailers I've
yeah.
ever seen.
Oh, it was beautiful. And I heard that the movie's in development.
Keep
I don't
coming
know
out
if
of the
that's
train,
true
I'll keep
anymore.
killing you.
Wow.
But that would be a movie that would just do it like just do it like the game.
Yeah.
Please don't mess with anything. Just film it from beginning to end the way the
Especially
game was.
Sean.
Yes. Jason.
Jason. Jason.
Wait, who's
I'm
this
trying to
for?
think also, I think like the superhero movies, they have that hook. You can describe it in a sentence, the log line or the
that's
elevator pitch,
clever.
and you kind of
Yeah.
get it like, okay, Tony Stark is a millionaire, weapons heir, runs his company, and he's, in this situation where he has to make a suit and he's a genius.
Yeah.
I described it very poorly, but there is the one sentence description that I feel like with games, that's not really how they're
Wait.
selling it.
Yeah.
It is usually the
How do I get
gameplay
more
or the
credit?
great graphics. And the story, the better ones have great stories, but that
Yeah.
isn't like the
There
concept
you go.
hook. Like, imagine if you were in a world of sea lions and you were a fish, like, something ridiculous, but something that really gives you
Yeah.
that.
I'm just cheating now. I
Yeah.
got Bushwhacker in the corner.
The easy log line thing.
I think you should
situation.
always walk
Yeah.
around with a microphone.
Yeah.
It like look great on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a professional reporter with this.
Yeah.
suit. Yeah.
Like
What
when
if
you
I
go
hold
on
it like
dates.
this?
it's
See, this
like,
changes everything when I hold
how
it
do you
like
feel
this.
about? Oh yeah.
I don't think they
Well,
can
that
see on
makes it look
camera.
like you're either
Freestyling?
freestyling or announcing in the middle of a boxing ring.
Okay, and
Kingpin
then if
Drive,
I go
here we
like
go.
this.
This might be the last
Now you
level.
look very Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're very nervous karaoke singer.
Okay, yes. You're fighting him?
Hi.
I'm
See,
someone's
I would
hero.
watch a Last of Us movie. And
Yeah.
to me, it was very much movie-like. It had
Yeah.
a journey, and
Well, one thing that'll be interesting to see is the Mario movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie sucked. I think we can all agree. But it was there was a translation from a cartoon-like game to a live-action film.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain and a lot of these games,
They're
they
just
are
made
movie.
film.
They're
It's
very
already-
cinematic in
you're
themselves,
right.
and it's almost
That's
like
right.
if it's the same thing, you're
It's
like,
piece of cake.
I already played this
Yeah,
game.
that's
And if it's
true.
different, it's not true to it. So that is really a big part of the challenge.
Have you seen that new Mercedes commercial with Mario?
He just showed
Oh,
me
I
okay.
showed him the
Yeah,
picture,
yeah.
so he.
Because
Cast
I was
that
saying
guy.
that
Yeah,
Nintendo, in addition to making great games, they should really be trying to do more with their IPs for those of us that grew up with it and are older
Yeah.
and still I have a Wii U and I love it, but
Yeah.
I would watch a TV show that was a little bit darker or
Yeah.
Mario as a detective, a private eye. Like, I don't know, something that,
But it's not made for you anymore. It'd be made for kids.
Yeah.
yeah, but it could be made for making money and for Nintendo staying in the console business
Wouldn't
and
that be
use
for
it.
kids?
But why?
Because-
Wherever there's
Because
demand,
look at how
there's-
much a Pixar movie makes. Look how much a superhero movie makes. Like, those are all kids stuff.
but a superhero movie is not for kids.
Absolutely is for kids. Avengers is for kids.
No
we
way.
just like it because we're adults too.
It's for big kids.
No.
The Avengers movie is for kids. You know how many kids go to see the Spider-Man movies? And like kids go see those movies. And when you were a kid, you went to see those movies too.
Yeah.
You saw the Star Wars.
the
You
Star Wars.
You saw the Star Wars and you watched them movies. Those movies are
April
for kids.
Ozang.
A Mario movie should be akin to a
Yellow
Pixar film.
jumpsuit.
Wreck-It Ralph should be a freaking Mario movie.
Yes.
So it's Transformers.
The Transforminators. The top grossing movies of them years is the Transforminators, and you can't find a more kid-friendly movie than them. You don't even know what's happening on the screen, but them kids do. Yeah, the Transformer
London.
movies are almost like unrecognizable as anything, and they're like experimental films, but they are the top office grossing movies of those years, and they are absolutely full of kids. Yes, you'd have to make a movie for kids.
Well,
a four-quadrant film, if you will, a four-quadrant
I'm not
film
saying
Hit
let's
quad.
cut off some
Gotta hit the
quadrants
quad.
at the expense of the four.
is,
but
is Console Wars going to be a four-quadrant film? which is the, like
It's gonna be a
word.
5-quadrant film.
Whoa.
Oh, what's the fifth quadrant?
Yeah.
What's the
Oh,
fifth
unborn
quadrant?
children?
I can't reveal that. Until
People
the
have
end
been
of the show.
trying to
Yes.
tap the unborn child.
Are you
We're
sick
really
of that
getting
phrase?
into the
you sick of
dead,
that?
the undead, and the unborn child market.
Are you sick of that buzzword, the 4-quadrant film?
No, because I don't live in LA, and that's part of the
Oh,
reason I
the
don't live in
4-quadrant
LA.
film. Yeah, it's a 4-quadrant film. I was at a cookout with somebody, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a 4-quadrant."
No, I'm just
film."
sick of this
And I
meets
was
that.
like, "Shut up with your 4-quadrant. It's not a 4-quadrant film.
So how long have you guys been here?
It's a 4-quadrant film."
How long have you been here in this
The
office
Punisher is a
broadcasting?
4-quadrant game.
Well, the Twin Galaxies Live launched April 28th, but it was a conversion
guys are dead,
of
right?
Elite Lounge Live, which has been running
These
for
surf
about a
bums
year and a
need to
half.
die already.
So we've been broadcasting, but we don't count the first few months of that experiment because it was on Tiny Chat. So we were competing with nightly penises.
That's a
and-
battle you're never gonna win.
And
Trying
an
to-
occasional boob.
Listen, there's no better feeling.
So why don't you just
better with
win in
quotation
Rome?
marks. Quotation marks around
When in
it.
Rome.
Show a
When in
little
Rome.
tit. Win in Rome.
Be like, you show us Lead
Oh,
Lounge Live.
made
You
a
show
good
us
point about
yours.
Angry
we'll
Birds
show you.
movie.
Yeah,
Are
that,
they?
that won't be massively ridiculous.
It's going to be awful.
Ridiculous.
It'll be like real.
I think that could be good only because
Wait, this guy
there's-
has an axe. Oh,
there's
same.
whoever does this is gonna have a lot of discretion because what's the story, the template they have to adhere to? I mean, they're just
Are they going to have feet, do you think?
You don't know the story of the Angry Bird?
Or are they going
This
to...
sounds like a YouTube short instead
Get away
of
from me! Get away from
a
me!
whole
Get away
movie.
from me, fire guy! Until I will harness your fire.
I mean, I'm
I
gonna
will
see it if
harness
the
you.
bomber guy's in it. I love that guy.
That guy's pretty...
Yeah.
That feeling you
that
get
guy's
when
pretty special. Yep.
Now I harness the
Yes,
flame.
there's no better feeling as a
Dude, check
producer
this
than
out.
having
I'm gonna light some
a
people up.
star that you booked that it was really hard to get and having them show up in your broadcast and then somebody's random penis showing up next to them
Look,
in the
I'm gonna
camera
light him
slot.
up. Light him up.
Nothing like that. Makes you feel real professional.
It's a good one.
Thank
How
you,
did they
Tiny
react
Chat.
at the time?
Well, we used to try to ban the penises very quickly, but
But then we
they-
just let them flop around for
Yeah.
the entire broadcast.
production value.
Free production
we got a
value.
real penis
These
in here.
days, you got to pay for penises. But
So, have you guys been to E3 this
Oh,
week?
I
I
had
was
a
there
ninja
today.
star. I threw it
Yeah.
What
away.
do you think?
My general impression of the expo itself was that it was a lot more professional this year. Last year there was a lot more spectacle. There are a lot more people running around, like
Well,
there's
now they're
like
checking
more.
for IDs and like.
Yeah, now they're look at you're playing a retro game. This is where we live.
Yeah, no, but I was.
Forever in the past. Here at Twin Galaxies Live.
It does seem like only a matter of time before
No, I got away from that.
VR becomes either a major focus or just a big part of the industry.
Yeah.
And so
And then a bunch of-
in the timetable in my head is before it even really started to crop up, but to see that they actually had that big of a
Wait,
space.
I went into a sewer tunnel
And
and ended
that
up out
they-
here.
well, they got
Yeah, they
Facebook
hired-
money now.
No, I know. And they brought
then-
on Jason Rubin
This
earlier
is-
this week
Yeah.
from Naughty
Yeah.
Dog. Like that was, to me, when I was
Wow.
seeing people saying, "Oh, what was the biggest news of the week?" Was it, Nintendo's new games? The focus of the press conference. I kind of thought like that was big because that means
Yeah.
like they're in it to win it. Like
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Jason knows what he's doing, and
I kept hearing that. Yeah, I kept hearing that they're in it to win it. But you know what? We're now just tiny little baby steps away from a million different nightmare scenarios happening. Now that VR is becoming the thing. Like
Why's it gonna be
every
tough?
Like
every
Ready Player One?
predictive, yeah, exactly. Like every predictive, like apocalyptic movie that starts with like people wanting
The
to live in
Lawnmower Man?
virtual reality. Yep, Lawnmower Man right there.
Which
I
just means I
remember
can now
that.
stalk people through
It begins
Facebook and be in
now.
their room while I do it.
it means we can also start our business. We are going to start a VR in VR company.
Whoa.
So we're going to start selling like our own Oculus inside of there. So
That's so
sort of a third
Oh,
Nice.
like it.
reality.
Well, listen.
And then we
you-
can control the real
Inception.
estate?
You just Inception.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, do you ever dabble? We'll stay we'll touch briefly on this topic. Have you ever played in Second Life?
I have.
Yeah.
After that episode of The Office,
Yeah,
where
with
Dwight was a paper salesman in his second life.
Yeah.
At first I had never heard of it, so I thought it was made up, and then
Yeah.
I found out it was real,
Yeah.
and then I played it.
Were you a writer in Second Life?
Except he had a
working
I was a
guitar on his
successful
side.
writer, because back then I was certainly not a successful writer.
Yeah.
And we had this Japanese guy with a guitar who was our lackey.
Twin Galaxies Live.
Second Life was really interesting, and Being on The Office, I thought like, oh, this, that's pretty good cultural reference.
Yeah.
But I didn't think much of it again until I read Ready Player One.
Yeah,
and I
it
was
was
like,
that.
there is definitely a possibility of the whole world becoming this kind of world, especially with VR and
Yeah.
our world's kind of falling apart.
That
Yeah.
one.
Well, thank goodness Second Life has failed. No, I'm just kidding. It's
here.
Did you ever play it?
deep. I was deep in Second Life. I had
Really?
like a shopping center with like some
No way, no
active
way.
commerce.
Did you spend money or make money?
Initially I was making money, and then I could see the decline of Second Life by that ratio of like earnings versus costs, right? Because I was at the height of my
She was
second.
making money in Second Life.
Oh yeah,
I know.
selling beers and tank tops. Beers and tank tops.
And why were people buying that?
Well, because the main thing is the beers, actually, I built them so they had animations in them. So
Okay.
you could purchase a beer, and then if you equipped it, you could walk
In
around.
Amsterdam, I had one of those. For
Yeah?
real.
Yeah,
Yes, a real one.
No.
And
but you walk around holding it, and people
Enough with this.
incorporated it into their avatar's image. It's like, I'm that cool, chill person drinking a beer. So my avatar was a little Asian schoolgirl, not gonna lie, drinking beers. And she occasionally, my
wonder why that
funnest
was
thing to do
popular.
was
I wonder why that was popular in Second Life.
Asian schoolgirls.
With drinking beer, yeah. I wonder why that took off.
I think it was just party settings. People, like, a lot of it was social, like, little fake party settings.
Pedo
and-
life?
Yeah. What? Did you say pedo life?
Yeah.
Like, I had a beer where you could offer it to a small child.
Like
Yes.
That was one of my... And that was how I
Wait,
spent
why
every
not?
Saturday night. Because I started off as a pretty girl. And then
Yeah.
I would teleport, and I would equip my Joker skin. And they didn't want to get busy with Joker.
So why did you do it?
Because it was
messing with people.
Second Life has been the most fascinating social experiment.
Yeah, that's why I love doing
Yeah,
this.
it was amazing. Oh, do you watch Firefly?
No.
Did you watch Firefly or
No.
Serenity? No, never mind then. The story won't be relevant.
Oh, well, it was kind of one of those things that like I've been saving up because I know that
Oh, it's
I'm going to
yeah,
love it, and so I want to just binge watch it and
yeah. There's a little
You can
You
community
can do that
in
now. There's
Second
no more
Life.
coming ever.
Yeah, ever.
Despite
Oh.
with that sad kid at Comic Con.
no.
Well-
But I just mean like I recently watched every episode of Mad Men and caught up, so
Dude,
I
that's
would
game
like
over.
to do it.
Classy,
You lost?
Yeah, stupid thing beat me. I didn't even.
classy choice,
I
sir.
could have used a friend.
Now let me.
I could have used a
our
friend, Blake. I could have used
countdown
a
is-
friend.
He's fixing it right now, I think.
Yeah, breaking news. Sony is developing a live or I thought it was CGI only.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it looks like we
they're
have
developing
about a
this-
minute left.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Oh, let's get them all in.
Well, guys, we want to thank Mr. Blake Harris for sharing some of his insights on the console wars and his book by the same name. You can get it right now everywhere. Amazon, anywhere you buy books. I'm sure you can find Console Wars also as an audio book.
Yes, as well.
And feel free to ask me any questions about it at Blake J. Harris NYC on Twitter. I love talking about the book. That's how I found John over there.
Yeah.
And if you hate it,
so
please
you
tell
respond
me.
to tweets. People can actually tweet you and you respond.
I feel compelled to because I feel like I told you at the beginning that I am honored to tell this story and that I'm kind of lucky enough to be the one who did. So I feel like it is bestowed upon me to actually answer questions and make sure that people get the most out of the
Got it.
experience.
Great
Excellent.
power, great responsibility.
Yes.
All right, guys, well, stay tuned. We have the comic book show up next, and a special surprise. It is our 1-year anniversary, so make sure you tune in past the commercial break.
Surprise.
Did I?
oh,
Damn it! All
Right.
right.
The calendar, they know it.
Well, another great thank you to Mr. Blake Harris and to Jonathan London, who for guest hosting. Jonathan London from
Thank you,
Geekscape.
John.
Jaundice.
Yeah.
Jundin.
Just call me
We'll
Jaundice.
be we'll be right back, guys.
Slow motion exit.
Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system is something we're really excited about, and the reason is that every single playthrough is unique. We see stuff we've never seen before, and that's why we're really excited that we're going to get to play with you guys soon on Twin Galaxies Live.